literally the cringiest Let's Plays on planet Earth. Even the one where that fucking guy in, Stars Without Number raped his player. Is tabletop gaming technically a Let's Play? I think it's technically different enough that just for the spirit of it reasons you wouldn't call it one. But either way, fucking, in the role play was what they were called, the most generic name I could ever think of, ROLLPLAY. They had a Stars Without Numbers game where, like, fucking the DM just, like, gives a surprise sexual encounter to one of his players.
His eyes are like wide. You can see him like almost like tearing up a little with like, oh god, it's happening. And he says to you, he's like, don't be scared. I've done it before. I can show you. And he reaches over onto the table and he picks up some kind of like device, right? It's got a plug on one end and some buttons on the handle. And he says, I'm gonna do it real gentle the first time and you tell me how it feels, okay? And
sure.
he says there's a button. And Johnny has, for the first time in his entire life, whatever the equivalent of a robot orgasm. Right there, it hits you like a truck.
I feel like this is where Johnny should shout for help. He's just yes!
Who, like, he knew that they had, like, the mind of a child, and, like, they didn't have, you know, any sort of agency in that sort of situation, so it was just rape no matter what. It's like, what the fuck? Why? Why do DMs do that shit? I had a DM do that shit, and it was just like, it made all but, like, 2 players, including the DM, uncomfortable. Because it's not fun. It's just weird, stop it. I get that you have, like, your power fantasy or whatever, or you think that you're the DM and that makes you, the strong player. Fine, but stop being a fucking gross weirdo. Jesus Christ, I hate that shit. He has a kid. Oh. It's like that's where I make it like, he has a kid! Like, come on! Jesus. You have a son. You have an infant. Stop this at once. Oh god, that does make it weirder though, doesn't it? Like, you need to make sure this isn't you later. Please, we, I speak on behalf of Earth, depend on this. We can't have another one of you, you're enough. You're more than enough. You're a tumor. You're not skin. You're not flesh. You're a growth. Get. I don't want ya. Ugh. That's me doing JonTron, but I didn't. I deliberately tried not to be JonTron, but then I realized that's exactly what I was doing. I don't like feeling like I steal jokes, but sometimes I'll say a thing just because it's so ingrained in my mind that I can't help but reference it. And then I have to say, yeah, go check them out. Go check out JonTron. He's still doing what he was doing 10 years ago, right? Like, that's a fucking advertisement for nobody. But watch old Game Grumps. I've been sick of the Grumps for a long time. The old stuff's still pretty funny. Can I do this? It's hard to do. Hold on. Shit. I need to... Damn it. Nope, I'm not gonna waste more time. If you can do the down kick, like, on the right frame, you can get that, and then you don't have to get a new ability. It saves some frames in the long run, I think. Later on I'm gonna do a thing called Cooter Skip, where I can fuck a girl without even seeing her gross stank pussy. Hey guys, I'm Drake Vegas from 2006, do you like my stank pussy joke? I don't know what gets into me sometimes. When I'm, like, not fully lucid, I'll have, like, ideas that were basically, like, things that I wanted as a kid, or just, like, I'll think of a joke I would have thought of as a kid. And so, like, this is, like, a really wild story, but when I was a kid, I thought juggling was cool, and I wished I could do it, but I, like, you know, how do I learn to juggle? How do I find a person to teach me this? So I just never did it. But now I have the internet, and I can just, like, I can find literally everything at all. And so, I could, but I haven't learned to juggle. One day, my nephew, like, he had he and his mom had bought a big box of pomegranates, and they didn't eat them fast enough, because it was like a huge box of pomegranates. I don't know why they bought them. We don't have those in this house ever. After they went bad, he just, like, gave them to me, and I was like, okay, cool. And then, because I was up for 3 days, and that's what I do when I'm up for 3 days, is I learn shit. I was up for 3 days, and so, like, I learned how to juggle those pomegranates. Because they're really well weighted for juggling. They're not like tennis balls that are too light. So my nephew inadvertently taught me how to juggle. Or at least enabled me to learn how to juggle. That's super weird, but I love shit like that. It's cool. Thank you, nephew. I don't want to say your name on my YouTube channel, because it feels gross. I don't know, there's just something about it, like after Eddie Burback talked about fucking Ryan's toy reviews, I was just like, yeah, I don't like this. Like, I think that there's innocent applications of it, but the idea of people just, like, making money off their kids, as opposed to with their kids, I guess, it just feels weird, and I don't like it. Look at me having the moral high ground. I'm getting all of my brownie points. Look at me having a self-confidence issue, calling myself out, even though many people probably weren't going to do that. Hi, everyone. I'm self-aware. God. I was at Derek's house, and I just started thinking about shit like that, and it really fucks with me. That really is the root of all my problems. It's just like, it's, my fucking self-image the whole way down. But that means I know what I have to work on. But I don't know how to work on it. Like, that's why I said, like, a long-ass time ago when I Let's Played Mario 64 and didn't finish it. Which I should, because I don't know why I didn't finish it. I realized that, like I said that I wanted to make clothing. That's because I wanted to wear cool shit, but I wanted to make like a business out of it. I wanted to be able to support myself with it. And then I didn't do that. I really do think that I would feel a lot better about myself if I designed my own clothes. I should do that. I should just fucking I have a tablet, I can make some designs and shit. Tell you what, I'll hold myself to that by recording myself saying I will do that. There we go, now I have to do it. Because that's how it works, I guess. Whatever, it's fine. It's fine. I'll probably just end up modifying, like, clothes that I buy, though, which is fine. Just to make them look cool, make them look uniquely me. Which sounds very hipster, but I don't care, I like it. Designing clothes would be a fun activity for me. I was gonna play Vampire the Masquerade, and I went to Hot Topic just so I could look the part. For gloves, I just bought some weightlifting gloves, and these are like tacks that you put in upholstery, and the pins are still there, they're what's holding them on, so I have to be very, very careful when I wear these, or I will nail them to my knuckles, and it will suck. I got the pinky heart. It is pinky. My favorite mess. Oh, you're my favorite damn disease. That's what Nickelback told me to say. I didn't want to say it. I'm sorry, sweetheart. Oh. Oh, fuck, I had to kill a whale! Raymond, censor this by adding end of episode transition. Hey guys, don't worry about the whale. We worked it out off screen. He said that I could cross the infinitesimal time-space bridge. If only I could tell all of my subscribers, don't circumcise your kids, it's fucked up. So yeah, I think I can do that. So yeah, we're just gonna move on. We didn't have to fight him. He went back to his home in the palace under the sea dance. From fucking Back to the Future. And now I'm on the trolley track. Man, this is bringing back some other nostalgic shit. When I was a kid, I wanted to do like, you know, like, normal boots content? I wanted to do that, but every time I started on a project, I would get really bored of it really fast, and so I guess that was the deciding factor for me. Like, that happened so long ago, I wanted to do an episode before my 21st birthday, where the joke would be I would play a bunch of, like, Las Vegas games, because I couldn't actually go to them. And I had a joke where it was like if I wanted to go to a casino, I'd have to go there with my mom. But who wants to be caught dead at a casino with their mom? Batman. But I don't have enough money to be Batman, so I guess I'll just have to play some of these video games. Like, it was so much in the attitude of that time That sounds very brutal, Moose, if I had to, like, peg one down. I think I was watching him at the time that I wrote that. I'm kinda glad it didn't end up in a video, because I don't think I would look back on it and appreciate it. And, like, I really hate it when the people, like PBG or JonTron or whatever, some of them get rid of their old content even though I still like it because they themselves believe it doesn't represent their channel, which is fair, but like, I clearly like you enough to still be here. Let me watch your old videos. Oh, like Daft Pina did that, but I think largely that was for the best because some of his videos were just like really mean. Like, really mean. But he said it in this really calm and soothing voice, so, like, people have, like, gone on record saying that, like, he looks at things objectively just because of his tone of voice. As if, like, the art direction of his show was that everything he said was right, therefore you must listen to him. But he said shit to people like, yeah, I think Chili Panda was her name. He's like, yeah, you know, if I were, like, 22 like you are and this bad at drawing, I would just stop. And it's like, that's not helpful at all. That's the opposite of help. You're stopping forward progress. Jesus Christ, it's so weird. Because, like, he's not that anymore, and he really hasn't been for a while. So when you look back on that, like, I watched that for the first time in however long it's been. Or no, I watched his fucking Jaden animation. I'm not really big on storytime stuff, but I think a lot of it's really good background noise. He would just, like in his Jaden animations, like, he criticized her video when she was talking about depression by accusing her of, like, faking it. And, like, he was trying to diagnose her with all these other diseases that she probably doesn't have. Like, it's just really uncomfortable to watch. I'm glad he's not an asshole anymore.